Tech table. Tech table. Tech table.
Hello and welcome to the Tech Table, the Technical Staff and Theatre Workers podcast. It's the podcast in which I talk to people who work in the technical side of the entertainment industry about how they got in, their experiences, and any advice they can give to anyone getting in. This is episode 2 of season 7. What a great response we had to the first episode. Thanks so much again to Fifi for being on that episode, and thank you to you for listening to it. If you want to get in touch with us, it is the Tech Table. It is techtablepod@gmail.com. Sorry, on the email. It is techtablepod on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, Threads, and YouTube. Give us a shout. Come and say hello, and give us a follow. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell anyone you know who's interested in the technical side of the industry, and anyone who's not interested in it, or in theatre in general, or anyone who's not interested in it, because it might make them interested in it. Yes, so thank you so much for listening to the first episode of season 7, and without further ado, let's get on to our next guest. I'm here with my guest at this time. If you'd like to introduce yourself and tell me what your current job title is.
My name is Flynn Mehlhopt. My current job title is ASM Dep on Come Alive.
Okay.
Circus Spectacular.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And how did you get into theatre?
I was a child actor back home in New Zealand. I think I started doing school shows. My first one was... I was Harold Hill in my school's production of The Music Man.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Quickly followed by Lois Lane in the production of Superman the Musical.
Superman the Musical?
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. There's a great photo of my dad looking super comfortable with me in a dress.
You playing Lois Lane?
Oh, yeah.
That
really set the tone for
that's theatre for you.
Yeah, what my life was going to be.
Excellent.
I think, pretty early on. And yeah, I did that for quite a while, I guess. I was, up until I was about 20. I was pretty full-time. I'm going to be an actor. This is my dream. This is what I want to do. Now that's not what I'm doing anymore.
So obviously the question is then, what happened?
I left my drama school not feeling like I would be a very successful actor, which is something I'm learning many other people feel after leaving drama school.
Yeah.
And it took me a little while to figure out how to deal with that, on top of having COVID after that. So I literally just kind of graduated in the middle of COVID, and there was nothing happening, especially in New Zealand. There was no work for you. So I figured that I had to do something different and see what else was there. But I had a lot of international students at my school. They were kind of funded from Sweden, which is like a really, really long story about how that doesn't happen anymore. But they all stayed in New Zealand, and they still wanted to make work. They still wanted to, be actors, but their family couldn't come and see them.
Right.
I thought, what can I do? How can I still be in this industry and make that happen? And so I just started filming shows. It meant that I could still be in the room, and I could still meet people. I could still watch shows, which is what I still love to do. And I could still support art in New Zealand, which is really cool. Yeah, and I think I did Fringe 2021 in New Zealand, and I just offered the service for free. I filmed something like 28 shows inside of a month, just like all for free for people, because I thought it was really important that they could do it.
Cool.
And they could have that resource.
Awesome. So what was your first job in theatre, and what was the first show that you filmed?
My first job in theatre, my first professional job was I was Sam or Eric in Lord of the Flies. I can't remember which one.
Okay.
Because it's that long ago. But that was an Auckland Theatre Company production. And that was my first, big set, and I was in this big theatre.
Yeah.
And, I had all this fun, and there were these, grown-up actors, and I looked up to them, and they were super cool. The first show that I filmed, I couldn't tell you. There are a couple notable ones from Fringe that I really enjoyed filming, but I did like 28. Sometimes I did like 2 a day.
Right.
I can't remember which one I actually filmed first.
Okay,
it's
cool.
Funny.
So what brought you over to Britain? And obviously I know what brought you over the plane, but why did you come to Britain? And what was your first job in theatre in this country?
I needed to see if I could make it, 100%. New Zealand, for all its fantastic, wonderful qualities, and I miss my home very, very much. And I haven't been back since I came here, but it was just too small.
Right.
And I think a lot of people face that in New Zealand. It's just too small.
It's a small industry.
Big shows don't come.
Right.
And if they do come, most of them are Australian.
Right.
Which is not a dig at Australians. We love them, but they bring the crew over. There's not a lot of jobs for us to fill. So, there's a really cute little New Zealand saying of like, what's on the other side of the hill? We always want to know.
Right, yeah.
Always want to see what's a bit further. And I think that's probably what brought me over here. And then I ended up being a follow spot at a pantomime in Epsom.
Oh, right. Okay.
I did The Wizard of Oz in Epsom over
Wow.
Christmas. And that was my first time working in the UK, first panto that I'd ever seen, ever worked on. And yeah, it was certainly an interesting...
Panto's the
introduction.
best. It is. Panto's the best. If I could take 8 weeks off every year and do Panto, I totally would.
Really?
It's awesome.
God, you guys really love them over here, don't you?
Love Panto.
You love them.
Absolutely.
I really respect that. The dedication to knowing like what people are going to say, I think is fantastic.
It's just the best, yeah.
You love it. It's a great family night out.
It is. It's
which
great.
I think is cool.
It's awesome. Okay, so you came over here. As you came over here from a different country, did you experience any issues being from a different country, and anyone holding you back? Anyone, all that kind of stuff.
I think New Zealand to the UK is like one of the safest jumps
Yeah, fair
that you
play.
can kind of make. I'm certainly never going to go to America.
Wow. Okay, that sounded like a loaded answer.
Sorry, but yeah. And Australia was just a bit too close to home.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah.
I've been really fortunate in my life to be able to do lots of things and to work really hard to be able to do lots of things. But
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't say that there's been a lot of like super adversity other than getting the show going.
Right. Okay.
And that I am privileged to say, and I do acknowledge that. I'm very, very lucky.
Excellent. So, so you were doing theatre, but then you also did the filming on the side as well.
Yeah. I mean, I ended up. I just did filming for a long time before I moved here.
Yeah.
I filmed lots of sport. I was like a part-time producer for Sky and did sports live streaming back home in New Zealand before I came here. I just if I was going to do it, I knew that I kind of had to put everything else on hold for a bit and throw myself so fully into this new realm that I thought was successful for me, that no one could tell me that I wasn't doing the right thing. In an attempt to overcome whatever adversity or imposter syndrome I might feel about being in the position I was. I just knew I had to throw myself so fully into it that no one could tell me what I was doing was wrong, which is really toxic. But
Yes. I can see that.
and I'm not saying that everyone else should do that, but it's it's the way that I learned very quickly.
So you started filming over here as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only recently now have I started filming over here.
Right, okay.
We've just gone to Fringe Festival in Edinburgh and done 4 shows up there, which is awesome, man. God, what an awesome place to go.
Yeah.
I'd always dreamed about what that would be, but the reality was so much cooler than anything I could have imagined. Such a great display of independent art and independent makers, testing the limits of what,
Oh, and it's in a great place, because Edinburgh's amazing.
beautiful city.
It's an amazing city.
Yeah, awesome. Whole city comes alive. And I'd been without Fringe, but it was very cool to see it.
Yeah.
All dolled up. And yes, now I film a lot more shows here, as well as trying to dip around and do some other bits and bobs so that I can continue to meet people and, film their shows and benefit for them, really. Yeah.
Awesome. So, what would you say are the pros and cons of working in this industry? It'd be entertainment, because you do the filming as well.
I think the pros are you just meet some awesome people, man. They're really dope. The people are what make this industry so fun for me. And I've met great lifelong friends so quickly, which is very, 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 very nice. The cons, I feel, are that in a place like this, it can feel like what you are doing is never enough.
Right.
And because, especially as a younger person and having so much social media exposure, and every time I open my phone, watching someone else that I know do something else,
Right.
and wondering, oh God, okay, yeah, they're still working. While I'm sleeping, they're still working. I've got to work harder. I've got to do more.
It's getting over that, realising that you don't, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's always started. I mean, I remember in the early days of Facebook, all it ever was people posting pictures of themselves on holiday, just to make other people think, oh, they have such a great life.
What
all
a
they do is go on
lovely
holiday. And you don't realise that the other 50 weeks of the year, everyone's miserable in their own jobs. You know what I mean? So that you got to take the. I'm watching this 8-second clip of my friend working, and I'm asleep, with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Because you go, well, they're working for that 8 seconds, but then the other 23 hours a day, they're probably not doing anything.
Yeah, quite possibly.
You know what I mean? So you just got to concentrate on what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's really important, and I think that's getting harder and harder for people to do.
Yeah,
which is why I feel like it's one of the hardest things probably.
That I think that's more toxic than anything else.
Yeah, and people feel like they've missed an opportunity, or they haven't worked hard enough for something, and they get down on themselves. And because everything is so fast paced, one thing I have actually struggled to find is like a good support network inside of our people, because it's actually rare to find someone with the point that you've just said that has the viewpoint of that 8 seconds is just that 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Having to deal with that and figure it out your own way.
Yeah.
Has been probably one of the hardest things about being in this industry for me. Yeah.
Excellent. That's a good answer. So, what advice would you give to anybody who's trying to get in?
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Perfect.
I'm learning that now.
Yes.
Slow and steady, mate. Tortoise in the hare wins the race.
Absolutely.
Every time.
Yes.
And I'm here for a long time, I hope.
Excellent.
So,
good. Yeah. And that's everything I've got. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. A huge thank you to Flynn there. Really enjoyed talking to Flynn. Very interesting to hear people from different countries coming to this country and their experiences. So really enjoyed talking to Flynn. Thank you for listening to this episode and indeed previous episodes. If you want to get in touch, it is techtablepod@gmail.com. If you want to get in touch via the socials, it is techtablepod on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, Threads and YouTube. Give us a follow. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone you know who's interested in theatre. And anyone who's not interested, because it might make them interested. Big thank you to the Tech Table Pod team, which includes Flynn, obviously, and Megan G, and Nathan, and Jade, of course. Big thank you to them, because they are what help make this possible. And thank you to you for listening. Keep listening. Keep telling everybody you know. Let's get this going. Let's get it bigger than it was last year. Let's make it even bigger this year. So thank you so much for listening, and I shall see you all next week.